Imagine you have not eaten for 3 days. No food at all. No refrigerator to open. No restaurant to walk into. No convenience store around the corner. Just open land, empty hands, and a body that is getting weaker by the hour. Now imagine you still have to hunt. Still have to protect your tribe. Still have to make decisions that could mean life or death. On an empty stomach. 4 days. This was not a rare emergency for ancient humans. This was a completely normal part of life. And how they handled it will genuinely amaze you. Welcome back to the CaveIQ, where we uncover the untold stories of ancient humans. Subscribe right now if you have not already. Let us get into it. Pushpin what you will learn from this video. 1. How often ancient humans actually went without food. 2. What happens to the human body after days without eating. 3. How ancient humans managed hunger physically. 4. How ancient humans managed hunger mentally. 5. Why ancient humans were mentally stronger than we think. Part 1. How often did ancient humans go hungry? Let us start with something that might surprise you. Ancient humans did not eat 3 meals a day. They did not even eat every day. In fact, for most of human prehistory, going 1, 2, sometimes 3 or more days without food was completely normal. Not a crisis. Not an emergency. Just life. Here is why. Hunting large animals is extraordinarily difficult. Even for experienced hunters working as a coordinated team. Studies of modern hunter-gatherer communities show that hunting trips fail more often than they succeed. A group of skilled hunters might go out for 3 or 4 days, track an animal carefully, get close, and still come back with nothing. And on those days, the tribe went hungry. Gathering plant foods was more reliable. But plant availability depended entirely on the season. In winter, in drought, in unfamiliar territory, there might simply be nothing to gather. So ancient humans did not approach food the way we do. They ate when food was available, and they waited when it was not. Bell enjoying the CaveIQ? Hit subscribe and never miss an ancient secret. Part 2. What happens to the body without food? Now let us talk about what was actually happening inside ancient human bodies. During these periods of no food, because the human body under starvation conditions does something remarkable. In the first 12 to 24 hours without food, the body burns through its stored glucose, the quick energy that comes from carbohydrates. Once that is gone, the body switches to a different fuel source, fat. This process is called ketosis, and it is one of the most important survival mechanisms the human body has. When ancient humans had no food for days, their bodies were not shutting down. They were switching modes, from glucose burning to fat burning, and fat burning, once fully activated, actually produces a surprisingly steady and clear mental state. Many people who practice modern fasting report that after the initial hunger passes, they feel surprisingly alert, focused, even calm. Ancient humans who regularly cycled through periods of fasting and eating would have been very well adapted to this state. Their bodies would have switched into fat-burning mode quickly and efficiently, because they had done it so many times before. This is actually one of the reasons researchers believe that ancient humans were capable of extraordinary physical and mental feats. Even after days without food, tracking animals, making complex decisions, defending against threats, their bodies and brains were built for this, in a way that modern human bodies accustomed to constant food simply are not. Part 3. How ancient humans managed hunger physically. So what did ancient humans actually do during those days of no food? They were not just sitting still waiting. They kept moving. And this is actually crucial, because movement during fasting accelerates the switch into fat-burning mode. makes the body more efficient at using stored energy, and keeps the mind focused on the task of finding food. Ancient humans during food scarcity would do several things. First, they reduced unnecessary activity. They did not waste energy on things that did not matter. Play, long conversations, unnecessary movement, all of it was reduced or stopped. Energy was conserved for what was essential. Second, they drank more water. Water suppresses hunger signals significantly. Ancient humans knew which water sources were safe, and during food scarcity they would drink frequently to manage the physical sensation of hunger. Third, they ate whatever they could find. Not the preferred foods, not the good cuts of meat, but anything. Insects, roots, bark, certain leaves. Things they would not normally eat became acceptable and important sources of nutrition. Fourth, they kept hunting. Even when exhausted, even when hungry, ancient humans continued to hunt, because stopping meant the hunger continued. And the extraordinary thing is, hunger actually made them better hunters in some ways. More focused, more patient, more motivated, with everything depending on the outcome. Part 4. The mental strength of ancient humans. Now here is perhaps the most remarkable part of this story. The mental side. Because going days without food is not just physically hard, it is mentally brutal. The irritability, the loss of focus, the despair. These are real psychological effects of hunger, and ancient humans faced them regularly. So how did they cope? They used storytelling. Around the fire at night, even on empty stomachs, ancient humans told stories. Stories of past hunts that succeeded. Stories of ancestors who survived worse. Stories that reminded the tribe, we have done this before. We will do this again. Storytelling was not just entertainment. It was psychological survival. They used community. Nobody faced hunger alone. The entire tribe faced it together. And there is profound psychological power in shared hardship. When everyone around you is going through the same thing, the suffering becomes bearable in a way it simply is not when you face it alone. They maintained hope through reading signs. Ancient humans were extraordinary trackers and observers. Even during food scarcity, they were constantly reading the environment. Animal tracks, bird movements, plant signs, looking for evidence that food was coming. And finding those signs, even small ones, gave them something incredibly powerful. Hope. The belief that tomorrow would be different. That the hunt would succeed. That the tribe would eat again. And that belief kept them going, day after empty day. What we learned from this video. 1. Going without food for days was completely normal for ancient humans. 2. The human body switches to fat-burning mode during fasting, a powerful survival mechanism. 3. Ancient humans conserved energy, drank water, and ate anything available during scarcity. 4. They kept hunting even while starving. Hunger actually sharpened their focus. 5. Storytelling, community, and hope were the mental tools that kept ancient humans alive. So the next time you feel hungry after skipping one meal, remember this. Your ancient ancestors went days without food, and still hunted, still protected their tribe, still made life or death decisions. On empty stomachs. They were not superhuman. They were just deeply, profoundly, adapted to the reality of their world. A reality that demanded more from them every single day than most of us will ever be asked to give. Subscribe to the CaveIQ right now, because next time, we are going to ask something that might surprise you. How did ancient humans survive in the cold, dark winter? What did they actually do when the temperature dropped? The animals disappeared, and the nights became terrifyingly long? See you in the next one.